Worlds beyond the pole. Let's talk about it. I mean, they got the whole world in the crosshair. They got the world in the target. What's the objective? I mean, it's on the flag, right? Same projection. Same conversation. Worlds beyond the pole. Antarctica, right? Now, these names all seem pretty familiar. Coronation. Oh, boy. Yeah, man, did y'all know that these islands have a lot to do with the popular narrative regarding this tenderoni? What does that have to do with the worlds beyond the pole? These are actual island names in Antarctica, my nuggets. What they got to do with the gateway? Thought to move an island in there. And yeah, I mean, wild guess. Who owns these islands, right? We ain't got to think too hard for that. My nigga. Who owns these islands, man? Island man. Who owns these islands, man? Yeah. That's not hard, right? That's not hard. Man, there's a lot of islands in Antarctica, man. Just digging on this, man. It's a lot of islands, man. This is Coronation Island. Coronation, huh? Largest of the South Orkney Islands, 25 nautical miles long. Island is mainly ice-covered and comprises numerous bays, glaciers, and peaks. Area of 92 kilometers of north-central Coronation Island has been designated an Antarctic Specially Protected Area? Huh? An ASPA in your Facebook? What's so special about this area that needs specially protected area clearance, man? Needs special clearance, man. ASPA 114. Mainly for use as a relatively pristine reference site. Yeah, they're trying to keep their hands clean. For use in comparative studies with more heavily impacted sites, birds known to breed within the site include chinstrap penguins. Oh, man. It's all about the penguins, huh? Now, there's a lot of islands in Antarctica, man. Whether you're talking Coronation, whether you're talking, the Omicron Islands, man, We're just talking Antarctica. Calm down, Hijack. Calm down. We're just talking Antarctica. I mean, but it's interesting. Yeah, they blocking all this stuff out. Permanent station of the U.S. Permanent station. They try not to tell us a whole lot about this island, even on the wiki link. They don't tell us damn near nothing about this one, huh? Yeah, just some rocks, southeast of Omega Island. And Melchior and Palmer. archipelago. Interesting, right? I mean, it's just interesting, right? I mean, they pumping all this stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of variant speeches and all this, and these things are matching up with Antarctica islands, man. Who owns these islands? It's a lot of islands, man. It's a lot of islands. I mean, just the list of Antarctic islands south of 60 degrees south. Okay. I mean, I'm just going to, these are just the, and look at the names. Some of these are very interesting. These are just the ones south of 60 degrees south. Just the ones south of 60 degrees south. Now, these are a lot of islands, man. A lot of places for these jabronis to be hiding, huh? Did I see Apollo Island? Man, they got Apollo Island, man. Okay. I mean, I guess, they got Omicron Island, They got Coronation Island. They got Delta Island. They got all the islands, man. I mean, just look how many islands they got. This is just the B's. Now we on the C's. E's. I mean, I'm going quickly, man. G's. H. Of course, man. Hermit, man. Hermes, man. Hermit. Oh, man. Jacob's Island. Okay. Managa, this is just the islands in Antarctica south of 60 degrees south. Yeah. Okay. Just do the same thing. Look up a list of Antarctic and sub-Antarctic islands. Managa, there's a lot of islands, man. I'm still scrolling, man. I'm in the S's now. A lot of them are small, but there goes that coronation again. Who knows what they're doing inside these things, underneath these, who knows what's going on. All right, man. So look, man. We think about worlds beyond the pole. But now it's a lot of islands, man. Damn. All right. Yeah, I mean, that's just south of the 60-degree flow. And then, you got all the other lists. North of 60 degrees. Sub-Antarctic island, I mean, obviously you got a very famous one. Roosevelt Island, I think it's another hot spot. Like, where do these presidents go? And don't it look like a bunker, like literally just protruding out the ice, man? Ross Island, huh? Okay, oh yeah, that's the famous one, man. Rothschild Island, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. So, where all these guys go with these meetings, man? Who knows which island they're going to meet on? We're not really consciously putting this together. How many islands? Safety Island? Oh, man. How many islands, you know what I'm saying? So, Antarctica's like really a whole new world for real, you know what I mean? And obviously, again, you got them putting in your face bone that they have to protect this thing, right? They have to put a treaty in place, you know what I'm saying, to not just guard the pristine water, but guard what's over there, or, guard themselves from what might be popping off, you know what I'm saying? Especially in these times. Antarctic Treaty, man. This is from the NSF.gov National Science Foundation. Started with 12 nations, right? Sound familiar? Then it grew, right? So it popped off on the 1st of December, 1959 in D.C. The treaty entered into force on the 23rd of June, 1961. The 12 signatories became the original 12 consultative, the consultative nations, all right? We're about to get back in that great book, The Navigator, who, crossed the ice walls, Antarctica. Love the Dizzle video. I got a few more screenshots from bro Dizzle. I want to share with the tribe. So let's go, man. Let's go. I mean, yeah, so they call them consultative nations here, but over in that book, they pretty much call it the custodians, right? The custodians, right? All right. And then they added another 17, right? So you got Brazil, Bulgaria, China. Everybody's in on it. The Czech Republic, Ecuador, Finland, Germany's in on it. India, Italy, Netherlands, Peru, Poland, Republic of Korea, Spain, Sweden, Ukraine, Uruguay. Yeah, man. Russia carries forward the signatory privileges and responsibilities established by the former Soviet Union. So these 17 additional nations have achieved consultative status by acceding to the treaty and by conducting substantial scientific research in Antarctica, right? So when they say scientific research and investigations and all this stuff, now you can open up your mind bone and think about all the worlds beyond the pole, all the so-called research, or what they call this missions that they were on when they found you in a brand new world. They call this the new world, right? To who? New world to who? New world to who? So they are like Star Trek, boldly going, no man's gone before on research. So they make a treaty around this research by acceding. What does this mean exactly, this acceding situation? Man, let's go to 1828, Aqua-Tide battle. Already know what time it is. We just popping off. Agreeing. Okay, well, there you go. Becoming a part to a treaty. Bang. By agreeing to the terms proposed in the treaty. Got it. So they agreed. Then another 21 nations also agreed. I mean, everyone's in on it, right? Spain, Portugal, everybody's in on it. Venezuela, everybody's in on it. The 50 Antarctic Treaty nations represent about 2/3 of the world's human population, man. So this is pretty much like the World Council. They represent 2/3. That's good enough, right? To feel like they got a majority vote on the world's issues. Here's a little bit about what they stand for. The governments of Argentina, Austria, Belgium, Chile, the French Republic, Japan, New Zealand, Norway, the Union of South Africa, the Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. I mean, we're talking Russia, right? But I thought they was at war, Cold War, all this stuff. You're talking about since the 50s and 60s, they've been buddy in this treaty, but they're still at war. How is it possible? United Kingdom, UK, Northern Ireland, and the US, recognizing that it is in the interest of all mankind that Antarctica shall continue forever to be used exclusively for peaceful purposes. Yeah, they can't be fighting each other when they got a whole new issue to concentrate on beyond the wall. They can piece up on all these islands. Why fight? It's so many resources. Same way they did when they came here, right? Spain, you take this. Portugal over here. France over here. Britain over here. Hijack City, man. They colonizing the entire, well, they trying to colonize the entire Earth plane for real, for real. So where do you think they hiding at, man? Where's a place of refuge for them? Would it be Thoth the Moving Island or something? Thoth the Moving Island. Yeah, man. Thoth the Moving Island. Is that where Admiral Byrd checked in at? With so many resources, man, it's like, why wouldn't they make a peaceful treaty? Hey, let's stick together on this one because we got a lot to conquer. This is a Japanese map, they say, from 1,000 years ago. Well, Japan is surely in on it. I said Japan is surely in on it. So they're supposed to have a peaceful purpose. What's their purpose? That's the question. Whose peace? Is it the peace of the indigenous or the peace of the hijack? Whose purpose? The purpose of the indigenous or the purpose of the hijack? Shall not become the scene or object of internal discord, international discord. Why would they? It's just so much more land to colonize. So many more resources. They don't need money. They don't need paper money and fiats and all that stuff. That was just to get you this far. Now it's time to go digital, right? Acknowledging the substantial contributions to scientific knowledge resulting from international cooperation and scientific investigation in Antarctica. Convinced that the establishment of a firm foundation for the continuation and development of such cooperation on the basis of freedom. Whose freedom? The freedom of scientific investigation or invasion. Invasion of what? More worlds beyond the pole. Freedom, huh? Investigating who? As applied during the International Geophysical Year, accords with the interests of science and the progress of all mankind. Come on, man. We're not kind of man. You're talking about yourself. Now you're giving it up, man. Now you're giving your position up. Kind of man. That's like the issues, right? Are you Jewish or Judah? Convinced also that a treaty ensuring the use of Antarctica for peaceful purposes only and the continuance of international harmony in Antarctica will further the purposes and principles embodied in the Charter of the United Nations, man. The present treaty shall not prevent the use of military personnel or equipment. Oh, for scientific research. So the military could be involved as long as it's deemed scientific. Or for any other purposes. They say peaceful, but who's determining what's peaceful, man? You know what I mean? It's the UN, right? I mean, this the United Nations, right? That's why we started with this figure-majig right here, so you know that they have you in the crosshair. This the UN flag, right? They got this whole flow going around Antarctica with the same opening that the summer gate would be at, right? Ain't that where the summer gate would be? Oh, man. Let's check back on the IG, because I never really thought about that opening that the UN is pumping out, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, kind of looks like that summer gate scenario. You know what I mean? If you're on IG, hit the link in the profile to continue to support Naga's building a fence for Joy World. If you're on YouTube, click the link below. Allahu for you, 500 code keepers. Allahu for you. Let's keep the water flowing. And let's continue, my Naga, to build for Joy World, man. Yeah, man. Hey, we're just spreading the word around here, but like that summer gate, I mean, all right, we're just talking UN stuff, right? All right, so now we got this UN situation that the researcher, great researcher, there's no place like home. All right, so over the ice wall lies other continents. That's the secret. That's why they got the treaty. Now, see this opening right here. Now, I know this UN flag might look like it's exaggerating it, but there is an opening. In the book that we're about to continue, Love the Dizzle Fitty, you know what I mean? It's calling it a summer portal. Over here, though, as you stretch your perspective of all these other worlds outside your gates, how many are there? This is the book we're going to read in a second. El Navegante. Continue that. Que cruzo las morales de hielo by nos confunden. Yeah, it's all about perspective. It's all about perspective. How long has this ice been there? Because we got maps with no ice on Antarctica's chest bone. South is everywhere. North is center. Uh-oh. And yeah. Openings, right? Openings, right? But this opening here is called the Summer Gate. And it's bigger than the other ones. Reminded me of this one, sort of, dramatized, dramatic, more of a dramatic opening here, but I think they're just showing that there is an opening. And they placed this opening right where the summer gate, summer portal would be. I mean, I'm just now digging on this, right? Look at this, man. It's the same as a muzzle equidistant AE, so-called flat earth projection. Like your bird's eye view looking down. You're not spinning on a ball. You got a different orientation. You go straight to get to the heavens or celestial lands like Mars, the planets, all that, or just more lands. You got the reflection of dome or firmament, but there's multiple domes. The book that we about to dig on says by Nas Confunda, it's 178 worlds within the Great Dome. I mean, it's a dome that, man, it's crazy, man. They're talking cell theory. They're talking all kind of things, but right now we're just talking about this opening. You see South America right here, North America. Look where the opening is here, and check out where it is on the UN map. Same spot. Wow, I never put that together, man. Right? They don't put the opening on this, you know what I'm saying, dramatization. But this is showing you that it's the same projection. The AE aquidescent as a muzzle. I'm saying the best way. As a muzzle aquidescent. And yeah, same projection on the UN map, United Nations, man. Same projection and same opening location. That would be right here where the summer gate or summer portal would be. Oh, we digging. Are y'all digging on it, man? Love the Five Eyes Mob. Look out for the mob pack. Hey, man, we dropping pre-orders. Click the link, man. We about to just pop off, man. Mob pack. Long, man. This has been something longly anticipated. All of Ma's music, man, on one flash drive. It's going to go way up, man. So get your pre-order in. They're just $25 to order your mod pack to get all of Ma's music throughout the years and support my bro, support the infrastructure, support Tribe Up Music, and just enjoy the Ma experience. So we're going to do a separate drop on that. But I just wanted to introduce it, man, just let you know the pre-orders are going all the way up today. And just, please experience it and please support it. And shout out to Ma, man. This is something he's put together over the years, and it's huge for Ma's fam, man, and the whole tribe, man, whole tribal mafia. It just makes a lot of sense for artists such as Ma producers, to put all their music on these flash drive, on these packs. You know what I'm saying? They could put so much more on them as well. You can add to it. Once you get your pack, you can, add more Ma music as you get it to the pack yourself, man. We could put so many other things on them, eventually all their favorite books and videos and all kind of things. It's a flash drive, so Allahu for this checkpoint, my bros right there on the front line, man, digging deeper with Five Eyes Mob, man. Look out for my pack one. Pre-orders going all the way up. Allahu we popping off today, my nigga. Hey, I can't be more excited and proud of you, my bro. And this project is one that everybody's going to need to own it, to know that you got the time capsule of the original Tribe Up music from, Five Eyes Ma. I'm sure we're going to have some features from Tribal Mafia. So enjoy, man. Shout out to the entire Tribal Mafia, man, making that Tribe Up music. Keep digging, man. Look out for MHOE. Official look, coming out. I think we'll be ready next week, man. It's a lot happening with MHOE, so everyone's gonna need the MHOE shirts, hoodies, man. And this is a project that myself, I've collaborated with, and we're just happy to, introduce it, reintroduce it, and we want our Nagas feeling good, eventually just real, most high fashion, high class, high quality, garments, ponchos, robes, everything MHOE. So and we're doing it 100, you know what I'm saying? And, for all the designers, man, behind the scenes helping us out, this is going to be a well-designed pop-off, you know what I'm saying? So look out for the shirts, just to show you, one of the first looks that Five Eyes Ma has designed, for us to enjoy. Most high over everything. Spread the word, spread the vibration. Let them know what it is, man. Hey, no more, rocking, representing everybody else. We represent the most high, man, Not high fashion, but most high fashion. Most high over everything. Look out for us, man. And keep digging on it, man. Oh, yeah, we popping off, man. The droplets are all the way up. The droplets are all the way up. And here we go again with this opening. Right, South America, North America, bang. And there's an island right outside of that, right? And we said, well, not an island, that's like the size of Africa damn near. And then we had Admiral Byrd saying that he's seen this land the size of America, right? Outside the pole. And I mean, just like, the orientation of hitting this big chunk of land, remember you got the same orientation here. We're outside these walls. Is all this land, and what's the one you hit first? And is this the one they keep calling Thoth the Moving Island? Thoth the Moving Island. More land beyond the pole. Same orientation as this right here. Or, let's see a clearer picture. Right here, you got Thoth the Moving Island. That one actually lines up with this joint right here, this hat piece. And Thoth the Moving Island would be outside the barrier. Right, I mean, look. It's getting good to us, man. Okay. It's definitely getting some hard hits. So that would be Happy's here. I thought the Moving Island would be right here. Let me get this perspective one more time. I mean, it's just so many so many choices. Shit, man. Y'all tell me, man. I mean, is this Thought the Moving Island? One of these, the Happy's joint, man. Happy's. Happy's. Either way, boy oh boy, do we have so many more worlds. Yeah, that's my world right there, man. That's my life, man. You know what I mean? This is what we do it for, because if we don't break this spell, man, our droplets, man, they ain't gonna have a chance. If we don't re-educate them, look out for the relaunch of frequency of learning with the new curriculum, a droplet-friendly environment, you know what I'm saying? Just music for the droplets, 24/7, a brand new app, just for frequency of learning, just to play great, child-friendly, brain activation songs and music, everything at 432 hertz. Some great curriculum to, go along with, support whatever your learning flow is as homeschoolers or just in a classroom, just that realness for them to, become aware at a young age, man. And, just look out for frequency of learning, man. Just look out for us in our curriculum for our droplets, because they have to see this perspective. When my droplets see this, they get it right away. They get it. It makes sense. It's simple. Then they see the ball again and like, man, that's crazy. That's insane. That's how you want them to feel. That's how you want them to feel. You want the droplets to have perspective, man. So let's get into it, man. We're going to get this fire burning, man. Yeah. It's all happening. It's all happening. That's all you need to know. The more you realize that nothing is a coincidence. I know these are Greek names, but tell me the chances of two islands both named that. So there's Delta Island and Omicron Island and also an island called Coronation Island. It will be interesting to see what happens with coronation in relation to the Tenderoni. Coronation is a crowning of a sovereign or something with the head. Also refers to a crown. Yeah, man. But you wouldn't even believe who owns these islands, would you? Or would you? A little suspicious, man. It's making a knocker use big words like suspicious. Why is this on the UN flag, man? Why does the opening correspond with the summer portal or summer gate? Who owns these islands? Why did they make treaties, and whose peace and whose purpose are they representing? Because just know the treaty does not prevent them from using the military. Let's make that clear. All right. And just again, there's a lot of islands, man. So, yeah, buddy, there's a lot of islands, man. Let's just make that clear. Focus on these, and maybe you can get a pattern as to what might be coming next, man. Right down the pipe. Let's go. Oh, yeah. I was checking out some moon map stuff. I'll come back to that, though. Oh, yeah. That's for a future drop. We're going to talk a little Capernaum eventually. It's getting interesting. By the way, everything about the drop is fair use in your caboose bone. Copyright disclaimer, Section 107, Copyright Act 1976. Allows for fair use for criticism, comments, and recon purposes, all that. So let's get into the navigator who crossed the ice wall. El Navegante. Where's my subtitles? I speak poquito Espanol, Just a little poquito. The navigator who crossed the ice wall. Worlds Behind Antarctica by Nazca Fumi. Let's get back into this navigator's story about his investigation, surrounding this Antarctic circle. And someone had a good, point about this circle, reminding them of the Aurora Borealis, I think you say, man. That's true, man. Could just be a big old dragon. A big old dragon popping off, Could be a big dragon, man. Could be something. Could be nothing, man. We might do a little wisdom asylum and dismount. I'll make sure I got that up. Ahab, for all your comments. We're going to get this in a second, right after we jump back in and get cozy by the fireplace. But just know I got this up, and I appreciate all the comments y'all dropping. I read them all. A lot of these are worth investigating. So, together we are Drop Nation. Hey, salute to you, my niggas. We just popping off, man. Oh, man. Hey, one more. It's just for old time's sake.
99, proceeded, 3, 2, 1, ignition.
Oh,
Right
come
away,
on,
Houston.
man.
Vector good.
Come on,
2,
bro.
1, ignition.
Come on,
Right
man.
away, Houston.
Y'all believe they launching off from the moon, man?
Ignition. Right away, Houston.
Come on,
Vector
man.
good. Exot.
That's their official liftoff, yo. But they ain't been able to lift off since. ain't been able to lift off since. Ain't that something? Y'all see nothing wrong with that? Okay. This map is in your flat pack. Get your flat pack. I think I'm down to my last dozen or so. So if you want to cop these flat packs, the wristband with all the drop, all the flat earth research, recon. It's a beautiful wristband, only $45. And it also has our flat earth videos as well. And, the links, the maps, the books, everything we're using. So, Ahab, all this stuff is also when you go on our flat drop. A lot of these are in the links, or, you got all this stuff for free. So, if you want to support and have it all compiled for you, go ahead and hit up, or just email us music@432thedrop.com for your flat pack. And look out for your drop deals of the week coming back next week. So, oh yeah, ice wall of ice surrounding the flat world. It's nothing new. This is 1897, y'all. It's not a new psyop. This has been an investigation. And they knew that there was something outside of this wall of ice. So we have a treaty, Antarctic treaty, right? To keep us blind, deaf, and dumb, right? Like sheep, like cattle in the fence. They don't want their herd getting out, right? Too much information. Let's go. Wow. We'll probably make a vibes of Cosmos dismount as well. Ahab, the vibes of Cosmos. Aqua Tide, great recon you dropped on the Nagas. So we got some comments to get, some vibes of Cosmos to get. I'm just preparing you. I'm preparing you, my Naga, for the ignition. Oh, man. I'm sorry, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all believe this? Y'all believe this, man? Do you believe this magic right here? This is they liftoff, y'all. Apollo 17. Wiggly, wiggly. Zigzag. Come on, man. Start zigzagging, man. All right, let's get our fire. Let's get on point here, man. Where's my fireplace? I had a fireplace around here somewhere, man. Okay. Let's get some fresh fire. Shout out to Hezekiah, man. Fire starter, what it do? Hezekiah know how to keep the fire burning, man. We're gonna dodge the hijack, man. They got some a little hijack, in this, but I love this fireplace, man. So we're gonna bear with it. Ahab to Coyote soup. It's a great flute right here. Flute, nature, forest, man. Go check out Coyote soup. Makes us feel good. Coyote, make us feel good. Let's get cozy, y'all. Make sure I got my stick. Sometimes I gotta adjust my fireplace up in this piece. Like a real fire starter would, like a real fire starter should. Hey, man. It ain't easy to keep the fire burning. Things in your life is happening. Hold on, let me adjust my fireplace, man. Let me adjust my fire. Okay. All right. A lot happens in the world. A lot happens within us, man. So it's not easy to keep the fire burning sometimes, man. But Ahab, to y'all, you doing it on a daily basis. You know, we might not have never met before, or maybe we met, but we don't talk all the time. Or, either way, I gotta keep the fire burning, man. You gotta keep the fire burning. And we could all use, another log in that fire. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate all my Nagas that have, helped to knock it out, man. Just put another log in the fire, Sparked up a good conversation, left a good comment. I appreciate you. Everything you're contributing to with energy, frequency, and vibration. We appreciate you, man. So, Dizzle Fitty, J Law, we appreciate you. Let's get it. They love the Con Fresh, man. Hey, incredible musician, man. Incredible, vocalist, man. We appreciate you, Con Fresh. Let's go. Let me clear my throat, get my cup of water. We about to do some reading, my Naga. We belly flopping. We're going to get at least 3 chapters, man. We're going to get at least 3. Let's go. We're going to belly flop into chapter 18, Osiris and the Independent Lands. Uh-oh. Let's go. What do we need to be able to carry out our last step? That our brothers change their perspective and break the conditioning was key. To break the conditioning, my Naga. Wakey, let's go. Our forces could never liberate a people that depend or defended their oppressor. Don't that sound like the Matrix? Hey, y'all see that new Matrix, though? What y'all think about it, man? Y'all let me know, man. What y'all think about it, man? There was a little drop in there, though. I'll say that. There was some drop in there. But this is a true fact right here. It says our forces could never liberate a people that defended their oppressor until they're free, right? They're a liability until the Nagas truly awake. Because they're going to defend the system. They're going to fight for Massa, right? They're going to fight for Massa. In their minds, we would be the colonizers. In their minds, right, we're hijacking them in their minds by telling them something that's true or making them change their perspective or at least think about it. Plant a seed. We got to infiltrate the hijack in their minds, but to them, we're infiltrating them. In their minds, we would be the colonizer who put their current state and also their lives at risk. The custodial system was strongly implemented. The existing air pollution also made our mission difficult. Although there was great resistance from various sectors, it was still not enough for us to act. Surprisingly, several other races visited us with the intention of acting against the custodials who they're calling the Confederacy of Hijacks. So they had the intention of acting against the custodial yoke that was really exhausting, in addition to threatening their quote-unquote circles or the worlds. Each one of these worlds are circles, like the craters. Yeah, we might have to do a crater dismount, man. Let's go. Okay. So let's get it back from here. Surprisingly, several other races visited us with the intention of acting against the custodial yoke that was really exhausting. In addition to threatening their circles, all the help was welcome. The Pleiadians, quote unquote, were interested in being able to also liberate, quote unquote, the source. and annihilate the oppressive races. So what source are they quote unquoting? I don't think they're talking about the creator. I think they're talking about the source of whatever these hijacks are drawn from, whatever this Anunnaki flow they were talking about, and annihilate the oppressive races. Their system was close to the second dome between the mountain walls, right? There's multiple domes between the mountain walls. The passage between the lands of sirens and the island death was unfeasible. Not many could survive the beast that existed there. What kind of beast exists there? We talking dragons? What we talking about? So everything had to be done by air. The Pleiadians had been under custodial power for some time and had left them on the brink of extinction. Their great development ships, and spiritual technology made them miraculously resist, and today they became a great free society. Being close to the celestial lands, they were also aware of some of the custodial attempts to enter. They have seen how they use humans on several occasions, such as so also other races. In the lands of Mars, there were several colonies of different races that had been moved by the custodians and Anunnaki. They wanted to populate the place with various races where they had control. The local race was not developed and had not put up much resistance in its colonization. The humans who were there now all belonged to the new humanity from the last reset, and all of them had earned their passage for the help provided in different missions against their own brothers. We had cataloged these lands as harmful in the reference to the future. The lands that were outside of any circle were really dismissed by the colonizers, since they considered that the vast majority did not have any mineral or race that could be of interest to the custodians or Anunnaki. In fact, many lands had been overlooked in their travels. Observing them high above, this had generated that many races would begin to develop in these lands, since they were prosperous places for a long time without the intervention of colonizing races. Then the period of the creation of the Great Pyramids and the exploitation in Egypt and Central America. So they're comparing this Egypt with this Central America flow. Some humans were sent to the lands behind the dome along with custodial leaders, but they never revealed any passage, but they transferred them with the use of hallucinogens and in altered states of consciousness, many of which were presented to them as different types of gods. The immense land of Osiris was the beginning of the end of the peace of the lands surrounding the great wall of mountains, along with the thousands of archipelagos called islands of Anubis in the vast abyssal ocean, the deepest ocean known. Osiris, custodial leader, led a colony of humans to these lands. When I tell you, these fake gods be promising their own heavens and their own lands and, all this futuristic, yada, yada, yada. And this is what these people are selling out for. They say, oh, you must be a god. You took me to another land beyond the pole. You promising me my own island? I'll do anything, right? So Osiris led a colony of humans to these lands, but they never let these humans get out. They did not want them to ever discover important lands such as Lemuria or Atlantis, since at that time they were still vestiges of human birth and its great advance that had stayed. Later, a part of the lands of Amun or Amen was also populated. Instead, the dead land, it was never colonized. since there was no interest and the lands were not fertile. Osiris taught the human in these lands that bore his name the way to the perfection of agriculture. Being near the circle of Orion was even easier to have in absolute custody of the human there, as the Greys were by then considered an inferior race of their own that belonged to the custodians. So, we're talking Greys, like gray alien looking situations. I mean, hey man, it could be something, could be nothing. But yeah, it could be something. Let's go. Let's talk about the land of the Greys. These lands were inhabited by the race known as Greys. These beings were hostile and also based their technology on weapons of destruction for attack and defense, oriented to colonize. Although no circle was known to be colonized by them, some lands near other world surroundings were taken over by this central power in conjunction with its neighboring lands of Zeta Reticula. This race has been colonized from almost its beginning by the Anunnaki, who had used them in various expeditions and missions to the other worlds in the recognition of the Terra Infinita, or infinite lands. As we mentioned, they also fulfill functions in the known lands and then the lands of Mars, who also had a colony helping the custodians in their experiment. They were also used in the attempt to cross the heavenly lands. The heavenly lands. And this was not at all well received. By the leaders, generating conflicts between the races after they had failed in their mission to control the human in the growth period of the Great Tartary, where they had also lost valuable information. Uh-oh, man. Hold up, man. Get through this hijack city. All right, so where they had also lost valuable information from all the circles that made up this great dome. So these circles make up this great dome. These circles are all these worlds that are within the great firmament. And there's smaller firmaments, kind of like cells, like cell therapy, man, or cell theory. Some battles were fought between the Greys and the custodians. This also ended up helping the human being, as well as the Anakim, the giants. Prior to the meeting of the custodians with the ancient Anunnaki, there is a theory that these beings had been the direct creation of the Anunnaki as an inferior race that could serve them for different purposes. Since they use cloning as a form of direct subsistence. All right, man. So they use cloning as a form of subsistence and were very robotic in their functions and movements. In fact, these beings are completely devoid of emotion. But the reality is that they were born within the dome known as lands of Orion. Let me fix my fireplace. Okay. All right, so they're born within the dome known as lands of Orion, and with similarity to the race Zeta Reticuli. After the confrontation with the custodials, they had been close to total disappearance, having to recover to his great scientific advance and base his survival on the cloning of beings. Since they began to do this based on their entire survival, they became very prolific but extremely insensitive beings. Consequently, they can be found in various sectors of the walled lands among the advanced technology that they managed to achieve over the years. Their large and fast ships stand out, which in turn are well known in the known lands, when they often carry out human abductions in conjunction with the armed forces that are carried out are reported directly to Los Custodios. It is common that their victims do not remember these events or feel that they have lost hours of life without knowing what has happened. There are also humans who claim to have been in a parallel reality or simulated, capable of experiencing something different from a third party, even if they are in the same place. They do this with technology that they use to manipulate for a certain period of time. Generally short, a bubble of different reality that allows them also to carry out any type of action or implement projected situations in the mind of their prey. They are associated with the mutilation of livestock in conjunction with experimentation with humans and other animals. There are underground bases known as, or along the known lands, and terras de Marte that belong to them since they avoid sunlight and create a different environment away from the surface. Their height differs depending on the area from which they come. They are generally a stature low compared to the human average, being able to range between 1 meter and 140 meter tall. Their skin color can also differ, ranging from shades of gray mixed with white or even bluish. All right, we're going to belly flop for the last chapter into 21. Let's get it, man. Let's get it, Ahab. Dizzle 50. Let's go. Let's go, man. Make it through it with y'all for the dismount. I was sitting on the shores of the beautiful capital, the Ark, thoughtful. My body had begun to feel very strange a few weeks ago. The sea covered my feet and my gaze was lost on the horizon where my homelands were located that I never forgot and that will always be within me. Together with my memory were the faces of my loved ones. Many had already disincarnated a long time ago. I made sure they knew my true destiny and my gifts. They were delivered safely. Otherwise, they would surely have guessed that he had died overseas in my madness and obsession for a journey with an uncertain destination. My body in those lands would have easily passed 100 years, and I was like a man of 50 or 50-something. However, something was not right. What would my destiny be now? Would he die in these beautiful lands of the Republic? The sun fell, and with it another day was also carried. Without liberating that paradise converted into a prison called Earth, how many people had to die waiting without even knowing it in his suffering day to day, where disenchantment was as possible as wicked wars and false power. I sat on the cold sand and my body felt like thousands of sharp needles entered and left all the pores of my skin. I was facing a pain so deep that my body gave way. Lying now, staring at the projection that we call the firmament with the faithful companions of all sailors. So he's saying that, man, we're looking at a projection. Damn. We ain't even seeing the real thing. Staring at the projection that we call a firmament with the faithful companions of all sailors. The stars also observed my loneliness, and my members of the group had left early due to our damn contamination. Our bodies sick. People regenerated very slowly in these lands, and there were only a few survivors of the new humanity left crossing the ice walls. I felt privileged to spend my days here, but the pain was permanent, something that I did not allow to enjoy, knowing that my brothers died in there without being able to perceive the true love that we carried inside. Thousands of ancestral Still sacrifice entered hell itself between the walls, knowing that the contaminated environment of the custodians themselves would kill them sooner or later. Everything was based on liberation, the liberation plan, which was with success and failures was carried out, and they kept trying. We had won so many battles in there without any weapon other than thought, love, and the spread of the idea of internal knowledge which every human carries inside. We had also made notable improvements in the air we breathe, and based on all laboratory created diseases. Whoa. My old friend Butler came over and sat next to me, touching my shoulder, knowing that I did not have much time left. Understanding everything, he commented, "William, resist, mate. The time of freedom is approaching." They began to rush in their despair. A new pandemic will strike soon. Uh-oh. A new pandemic will strike soon. We are entering every day more and more ancestral to the known lands. We will use their own means, and when they realize they will be bowed, the new humanity will understand that they are under a dirty and evil power. We are close to reaching so many humans as we have planned, assuming our responsibility. The moment will come, and then we will make ourselves known with the help of the Anakim who monitor day and night around the walls. This time it cannot fail, and if fate demands it, then we will bring out the A's. We'll bring out as much as possible from there. Resist to see the glory of freeing our brothers so that the true path of spiritual knowledge begins. The assertion I gave him, my many notes that I had been writing since I left the United States. I wanted everyone to know the odyssey of the group that passed through the most incredible places and that saw the most beautiful and hidden landscapes, that knew happiness and true love. The story will be delivered to my brothers there within the ice walls. There were already so many truly interested in the Republic and in these glorious lands of infinite prosperity, and this knowledge that would be the best way to communicate with them. My body trembled, and suddenly silence invaded. I only saw the sky, the iron blues crossed at full speed. Where were our ships heading? Would it be time to wake everyone up? Were we really prepared? These lands exist, I repeated over and over again. In my interior, we are guiding you. The battle is real, and it is internal. Spiritual growth will liberate us all. Resist. Freedom is approaching. Trust. We are waiting to liberate you all. Reminds me of the Black Panther, man. We got the vibranium popping off, man. What it gonna be? What are you waiting for? I guess they're waiting for enough Nagas to KTC, love the Dizzle 50. I guess they're just waiting on enough Nagas to keep the fire burning, keep the coal, and choose up. I mean, could it be that simple, man? Could it be that simple, man? We're going to keep the fire burning, have this beautiful dismount like this and like that, and like this, and hey, man, ignition, man. I can't make this up, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, they on the moon, man. Are they on the moon, man? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro, man. I can't do it. I can't do it. More worlds beyond the pole. So you see maps like this, you know, may not just, be all the fiction that we have been, trained to see things as, straight up fiction, right? Beyond the ice wall. But what's really happening? Are we talking about going into the future, going into the past? Everything that we, been reading about, you're going to see a lot of that popping up on this same map. The abyssal ocean, Atlantis, Lemuria. Islands of Anubis, Isis, Osiris right here. Outside the mountain ring, the walled mountain. Yeah, man. Nemo. You got Finding Nemo. Man. You got the lands of Odin, Horus, right here in this weird type of, what's that, like Lord of the Rings type of situation going down, man. And yeah, you got Thought in the game. You got Thought in the game behind the wall. Yeah, man. We looked this up, but in Germany it came out to monitoring the monitoring islands, the observing islands of Thoth. And yeah, he got his own little opening, huh? Yeah, he ain't gotta wait for the summer portal, which would be what, way up here. Why they call this the summer portal? Over North America, South America, yeah, man. Got the mountain range, you got Osiris on the outside of that, right? Come on, man. Come on, man. Can't make this up, man. And these are huge. This is like 20 Africas, right? Between Osiris and Isis. Goodness, the islands of Anubis, so they can promise any celebrity any island. Like, man, I got an island for you, man. I got an island just for you. Just do what we tell you to do. You have your own island. Nobody mess with you, man. Before you get to the frozen wastes, you know what I'm saying? And we know that there's more land outside of them frozen wastes, man. That's crazy, bro. That's cray. Geminia. Okay. Tweeter Weird World. A lot of it's got meaning, man. You know it. I know they got the Pocahontas Island around here somewhere, too. They got New Lanka, New Delhi, New Punjab. Nah, come on, man. It's hella land, right? Lots of land beyond the poles, man. Bavaria, the walls of Asgard, all this stuff's in all these movies, all this fiction. You come into our wall, right? And here we are. More lands beyond the poles, man. Ahab, for your comments, man. Love to SWAT. Thank you for uploading this. One of the most fascinating books ever, man. Incredible. Hey. 178 worlds with one not connected. That's what we talking about. Elon and Bezos got the rockets straight up. Yeah, man. Sound Shifter, what it do? It's going to be a trip. Look forward to watching this later. The words in the intro resonate. Love it. Love the Sound Shifter. I got a newspaper article, photo from back in the day showing islands beyond the ice wall. Hey, man, you got to drop that TV to ET, FRZ to Zayawan. More fire. I've been enjoying this. The gym about Bakar. I never knew that, but it explains quite a lot. I'm forever curious about what lies beyond the poles. I watched the one you did years ago. The Worlds Beyond the Poles was incredible. Shalom, all praise the most. I love to FRZ, man. Shamar, what it do? She brews and bakes. Frequency was just rocking out to the Vedic flap drive. A lot of people on that, flat drive never get old, man, because it's, we just asking the right questions, man. And we building, listening at work, breaking all the rules. Thanks, Dry. Hey, love to you. Shamar, hey, number 29 said, he said that there are 178 known worlds, and that don't count the lands and the islands that exist outside of them. Well, check this out. Okay. All right. August 30th, 2003, publication catalog 178 variations of Japanese population among 8 human genes, encoding G protein coupled receptors, GPCRS. Oh, man, he getting deep. All right, man. He getting deep, man. Making me choke, man. And with the largest genome-wide association today, researchers have identified 178 specific gene variants linked to depression. All right, man. Look, man. He's linking. He's getting linky. Number 29, man. He's linking depression to the 178 variations of the Japanese population to the 178 known worlds, man. He is linking away. Queen B said, "This is an amazing drop. I really enjoy it. Like the Queen B. Revine timing makes sense when working with the creator Earth theory together with the moon map and star maps align." All right, so he's connecting some moon mappage going on, man. Love the trading magic. Genesis 3:24 says the description of the fire at the ice wall makes one think about Genesis 3:24. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden a cherubim, flaming sword, which turning every way to keep the way of the tree of life. Love that, man. Trading magic got the drop. Great work as usual, young King. Hey, man, we just trying to remember, man, building brick by brick together. Keep the comments flowing. Keep the water flowing. We just getting perspectives about one simple thing, and that simple thing is ignition. Now, if you don't have perspective on this, you might need an intervention.
2, 1, ignition.
Because ain't no way you watching reality, man.
2, 1,
Ain't no way you watching reality. Ain't no way you watching reality. You might need an intervention. All right, man. Hey, we out of here, man. We're going to dig on some vibes of the cosmos, man. That's all I can say, man. When it gets real, it gets real. When it gets on point and on time, it gets on point and on time. What can I say, man? We enjoying the flow, having a great time, man. And love to my bro. Man. Star Prince, man. I say it right. Oh, yeah. My bro kicked some drop, man, and, I'm going to get it in a second, man. Yeah. New song for 432 to drop, man, and we actually been dropping it on the regular Star Prince, so I appreciate you for this drop. For real. And he's connecting us, man, with all kinds of great information, man, and I'm going to get back to this, man. I just want to make sure I have it so we can get it. A foot of dismount. I'm going to take a double dismount, actually, on the way out of here. Let's get back in that ignition, man. Nah, man, let's get to the vibes of cosmos, man. Just belly flop on a few things. Cosmos is popping off. We a little late to the party, but we've been paying attention, though. We have been paying attention. Yeah. I appreciate the great work that Vibes of Cosmos is doing. Ahab Aqua Top Battle, for showing us so many of these maps, connected with this great research as well. So let's get a couple of these short clips, and then head over back to Star Prince for the double disc map. Lawa.
'Tis the season to switch to a new kind of home internet.
Oh, come on, man. Hijack City. Yeah, I'm going to cool off the music. Who knows, man? I don't want no copyright situation, man. Let's check it out, though, man. All right. So this whole moon is the same moon that you would see on your, binoculars and all that. This person, this researcher, Vibes of Cosmos, has literally connected it to being a map, and is labeling the map in areas we know and areas we don't know. We got the Pacific Ocean up here, so we got our known situation, popping off, but you got all this land that's showing up on this moon map. Is the moon a plasma map? Let's go. Wow. Wow. So North America, South America, right here like that. Lemuria. Over here. Look at this, man. Could be something, it could be nothing. The Grand Deep, Atlantic Canyon, South Atlantic, Great Deep. What else we got? West Terra Vista, South Terra Vista. Chronos Sea, Great Deep. How deep is deep? How deep does that go? North Atlantis, yeah. West Africa. Could be something, could be nothing. Great deep, great deep, great deep, huh? How deep do these oceans go? So the Heavenly Mirrors are definitely in the Pacific. Te Fuego. Hyperborea. Con. And we got these dragons popping off in LA, man. Atlantis, man. What y'all thinking about this, man? What y'all thinking about this? Is this the real location of Atlantis, man? Vibes is doing great work, man, as usual. I just wanted to give him some more of that Ahab, man. Like I said, man, we got some great drop in here, man, from Star Prince, man. And y'all don't mind, man. I definitely want to vibe to it. America Old World, man. Hey, go ahead and get them, bro. Drop feature presentation, man. Star Prince, pop off.
Indigenous to America, that's thanks to Hair. Prince rock the spot, yo drop. I get it hot for ya. 432 drop, got the drop for ya.
My bad, Prince. My bad, Prince.
Got us all living wild, cities overcrowd. Mark of the beast, came by, seller eat. Manipulation of the genetic code. Golden ratio incorporated into my soul. Keep the frequency.
I gotta get it back. I gotta get it back for a stag, man.
And now we Parasancta. Is it player? Indigenous to America, that's thanks to Hair. Prince rock the spot, yo drop. I get it hot for ya. 432 drop, got the drop for ya. Got us all living wild, cities overcrowd. Mark of the beast, came by, seller eat. Manipulation of the genetic code. Golden ratio incorporated into my soul. Keep the frequency. And now we And now we 432 manipulation of 440. This shit ain't soul music if your soul can't grow. Through the mixing and the fusing, this confusion is confusing. New knowledge make this shit amusing. They kill the music, so keep the movement. Or is you spinning on a giant ball? Is it a globe or is it flat? I got my vision back. Bow down to the Illuminati. They the creators of the human body. Baby, don't go for that. And now we Crazy, I'm hoping that your eyes open soon. In deep meditation, I stargaze the moon. Reincarnation encased in a golden tomb. Stepping out my body to ether the sonic boom. Yeah, I could travel to space like Enoch. You could call me Metatron. Nuclear bomb. I'm popping clips, apocalypse just begun. I reincarnate in the pyramid of the sun. And now we And now we And now we
Yeah.
And now we
Amen. Drop feature presentation. Love to my bro, yo bro, man. Star Prince, man, popping off in a real way. You know, he dropped this, great link here. You know, really linked us with, real good research, man. Been looking forward to the, great moment right here. We got to share some of this crater drop. And, everyone got their unique perspective. So respect, man. We're going to give this researcher his perspective. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what we digging on, if it's mud fossils, and shout out to Mud Fossil University, man. Everyone got perspectives, man. You know, we're talking about dragons, you're talking about dinosaur eggs or dragon eggs. I mean, we dig on it, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of researchers out there. So let's dig on this perspective of the crater Earth connected with the plasma flow, and the orientation. Let's get a piece of this for the dismount. Oh, love to God. Love to God Vlamstead, man. Go ahead, God Vlamstead, man.
Very strange. Recently, I came to the conclusion that the images of the shuttle are actually images of the bigger Earth. I used to think, like all flat earthers, that all NASA images were CGI. So I refused to look at them. So let's take a look at the new evidence, which are the images you are looking at right now. Nothing special, you will think. Think star constellations. Look at the strange light pattern. Now you see the camera is turning because they want to show you something. And off they go, flying around the Earth, which is hard to believe for me that it's not a ball. But for the moment, that's not important. So let's turn this back and see what we can find about this star system.
Like I said, everyone got their perspective. And let's see what we got. I'm going to belly flop a little bit into this situation.
I was able to find Orion and the Pleiades. Let's relocate this cluster of craters. Go to the moon map, and there of course we have our crater Sulpicius Gallus M, which is the star Sirius. Let's move to the right to the 3 stars of Orion. Move it more north to the cluster of craters reflected in the firmament as Pleiades. Let's start from this location and see if we can find some more evidence. Let's zoom in. Let's start with this remarkable place here. Now take a look at the shuttle map, and we can find a very strange spot here. Let's zoom in and compare. It's at a different angle, of course, but we're getting close. Let's take a look again at the shuttle images and take a look at this strange crater. Back to the moon map and go to the right from that strange spot. Compare the location again. Take a close-up of the 2 craters, the one on the moon map and the one from the shuttle images. For people who saw my video, Crater Earth and the Phantom Planets, know that this crater reflected in the dome is the Kuiper Belt or the Kuiper Belt. And here we go again, people. The Flying Ball Circus. Using this music, I must be crazy. Well, I wonder who is crazy here. Zoom out again, so you have the spot, the strange spot, the Kuiper Belt, and here below you have the claw form. Back to the shuttle images and zoom into this claw form and compare it. Now move to the right, looking for similarities. I don't know about you, but I see a lot of similarities, and especially the Kuiper Belt. When you take a look again at these images, you realize that the reflection of this piece of land is our solar system. When you hear the word global warming, you start seeing things in different perspective.
Wow, and that's, some interesting perspective, like you're saying. I mean, you're saying like where we're getting from F Amadeo Giannini, Worlds Beyond the Pole, that all these lands are connected, all these things they're calling stars and, star systems and all this. It's just more land, more water, more heights, just it's all perspective, whether we're talking about the reflections off the dome or, projections, all this. But I love how he's connecting it with this moon situation as we're digging on the plasma moon and finding all these star systems and solar situations just being reflected of more Earth, man. And that's really the major sticking point that we're connecting here, is that it's just more Earth, more land beyond the pole, man. Let's talk Mars for the dismount.
In the previous video, I showed you images of Mars. You have the crater, the Snake River, and the feather on the foreground. So I found a new one. There it is, the snake. Compare it with previous images of Mars. Quite similar, with the feather on the foreground. While I was making this video, one of my viewers posted a link. Well, you can't believe this. Look at the date. I will put a link for the article. Possibility of intelligent life on Mars. Well, I hope they don't refer to themselves. But it's very interesting. Look at the two pictures they are showing. These are exactly the same I have been showing in the previous video. You have the feather, and you have this little crater by the seaside. Very strange. Probably all coincidence.
Wow. All right. Here a little, there a little. I think that's mighty interesting, man, as we continue to surf this wave. So, hey, look out for us, man. We're coming in high. We just getting started, man. You know what I'm saying? The continuation of the flow is all, thanks to you, Ahab, to all my niggas surfing the wave in real time, in battle time, man. And, Ahab to Dizzle Fitty for, providing so much of the spark. J Law, you know what I mean? Just all them translations and everything, Dizzle, man, really, just to read it, really gave me that ignition. don't let me go back to it, man. Gave me that ignition, man. It just really lit my fire, man. I used to drop so much flat drop, man. They actually thought my name was Flat Drop, man. I was pretty crazy back in my 2016 balcony days. So, this really was a big part of my own awareness and, coming into, this particular growth, man, and development in it, man. So, the flat drop, the orientation can never be overlooked, man. So this book specifically, F. Amadeo Giannini, sparked off many of our recon, and hey, why not, man? I mean, just for a triple. I mean, can we get a triple? A triple dismount, man? Wow. Why not? I want to get it from right here. We talking moon. All right. There's a lesson here of greater illusory movement with an increase of distance from observed luminous area. You can get this book for free at a drop library. It has considerable to do with the Galilean premise of illusion, round bodies circling or ellipsing in space. Consideration of astronomical distances should bring understanding of physical continuity. That means everything is continuous, everything is connected, and it should assist one to know that movement may be had from the terrestrial poles into the universe about us, from the poles, Antarctic Treaty, into the universe, more worlds beyond the poles, man. More worlds beyond the pole, man. As it was written, a tiny voice seems to bring, an astronomer's expostulation that no such deceptions can be imposed upon the magnificent lenses of Astronomy's Workshop, and it contends that the greater power of telescope lenses penetrates the conditions that create the illusory. Therefore, it should be said that no amount of light magnification can produce greater clarity. The light in the lens seem to represent or to resent magnifying. Increased magnification of light in luminous areas develops a greater volume of light distortion. It becomes evident that the brilliant writer of yesteryear, Tiffany Thayer, was cognizant of such a feature when he referred to the 200-inch telescope lens then being perfected as, quote, the white elephant of Mount Palomar. That lens is competent to magnify all the illusions of the centuries. Lens magnification of light in luminous areas and the light distortion that ensues is that which produces canyons on the moon. Whoa. And the grotesque array of astronomical entities that never did and never could exist on land, sea, or in the universe about us. Light magnification is the imponderable which produces the light shadings in luminous celestial areas. Such light shadings within luminous sky areas are at times heralded as clouds. In the stratosphere over the celestial skylight area, at other times they are claimed to be vegetation on the celestial land under the skylight. We're talking stars, man. We're talking about the solar systems, man. We're talking about outer space. More vegetation on the celestial land. That's outer space, my not. Celestial land under the skylight. At this point, it is well to repeat that telescope lenses cannot penetrate celestial skylight. It is true that clouds and vegetation are helpful to human beings. Without the clouds, vegetation might not exist. Hence, one may take one's choice as to what light shadings represent other than light shadings. Though clouds and vegetation exist under the light which extends throughout the universe whole, such conditions cannot be detected through the luminous sky envelope. All the telescope lenses detect is an aspect of the luminous sky. Last part we'll get is this. These innumerable corresponding truths of experimentation and brain observation have been developed through unremitting effort to refute or to verify the disturbing perceptual portrait of the realistic universe. For that portrait was presented to that early pilgrim as a burdensome and heartbreaking gift from the force which ordains out individual destinies. The gift could not be rejected because the force persisted in its endowment. But is it to be wondered that he who was so endowed made periodic attempts to abandon the gifts? The hours he consumed in tedious combing through the centuries' accumulation of astro-mathematical data, embodying glaring contradictions that resulted from organized endeavor to sustain the postulate of terrestrial isolation, constituted a period which could have thrice told the fables of 1,001 Nights fame, and time would have been left to erect all the unreal mathematical universes that history records. Yeah. Oh man, I really want to get into this Picard. This is where they got August Picard, the Star Trek from Picard's photos in 1932. Let's get this piece. He met the Belgian stratosphere explorer Professor August Picard at the professor's quarters in the Hotel St. Moritz in New York City. It was there that he viewed the first photographs of the terrestrial outer sky that he had described before any lens had detected it. Picard's photos showed a minute area of the Earth's sky as it is to be seen and photographed from within the sky. The photographs had been taken at Picard's greatest altitude, so he was taking rockets stratospheric machine straight up, man. And he was photographing from, the highest and greatest altitudes, showing that when he's taking pictures of Earth from these altitudes, we look like a big cluster of stars too. You know what I mean? So he's proven that, they're just more land, vegetation, water, just like us. Because we look the same as that from these telescopes and these lenses, these illusory lenses. And that was only on the threshold of the stratosphere. Picard had not achieved sufficient altitude for a photograph against the stratosphere background of total darkness. Hence, the photographic plates showed only the lower sky area through which Picard had entered. That sky area appeared as an illuminated upturned disk. Not a ball, my knock. Upturned disk. The corners of that upturned disk were developing a copper tinge, representing primary illumination of the immediate sky area. It was the colors seen on cloud formation as the sun disappeared far beyond the western horizon. The illuminative coloring of the upturned or partial disk obscured the outline of the terrain where Picard's ascent originated. Nothing of the Earth's surface was to be detected by Picard or by camera lens in the base of the stratosphere gondola. All that could be seen was the partly luminous partial disk development of the sky area being penetrated. Though Picard had not achieved sufficient altitude to permit the lens formation of a complete disk with total luminosity, his photographs confirm lens function and the resulting deceptions as disclosed since 1926. If he could have increased his altitude, the partial or upturned disk would have been completed by the lens into a full disk. Both edges of the upturned disk, as shown at the beginning of the stratosphere darkness, would have been continually drawn up by the lens until they met. Then the upturned disk would be detected from stratosphere darkness and from all other areas of the universe as a downturned curved area. When the condition exists, there is presented a complete disk surface, which is known as a disk. We do not speak of down curved areas when they present such formation. They are known as disk-like. So the lens completes the circle because the lens is circular. With completion of the circle, the disk area is detected. The lens has done its job. Then the mind adds the finishing touch, which causes the illusory circular outline of the sky area to have body property. The fullness of body must exist for the adult mind, though there be no such fullness of body in reality. Your mind fills it in to make it a ball, man. Your mind adds the finishing touch. Wow. So the appearance of that particular sky area being photographed in 1931 impelled Picard to announce the Earth appeared as an illuminated upturned disk. However, it is self-evident that Picard meant that the photographed sky area appeared as an illuminated upturned disk. In this analysis, it is important that understanding be had of the sky depth. The sky is not just a blue film on one side and a luminous film on the other side. It has measurable depth. In other words, there is sky density. The word illumination has application in this instance because there was illumination, but there was no luminosity. There was not sufficient darkness of stratosphere background for luminosity to develop. Though the sky area being photographed from within the sky depth was not luminous, the primary illumination was sufficient to obscure the land's surface. Only increased altitude with additional stratosphere darkness would develop luminosity. Oh, man. I mean, so much travelers. Last part is this. Picard acknowledged in the early descriptive account that he could see nothing of the land surface. Quote, a copper-colored cloud enveloped the Earth. Uh-oh, copper-colored cloud. There is no doubt that Picard meant well, but he or the journalist quoting him used an exceedingly misleading choice of words as herein related. One, the Earth did not appear as anything because no area of the Earth could be seen or photographed. Two, it was only in an infinitesimal area of the Earth's entire sky that provided the appearance of the illuminated upturned disk. And three, the copper-colored cloud was part of the gaseous sky density which was developing luminosity, man. I mean, stuff is deep, man. Oh, man. We're going to pick it up, man. But again, man, just because they were popping off V2 rockets, all right? They're popping off in celestial land areas. He says, unfortunately, when luminous disk-like areas are detected at terrestrial or celestial level, the human mind automatically provides body property, which does not exist. Your mind is filling this stuff in, man. That's brainwash 101, which does not exist. In such manner does the realistic universe become infested with isolated globes. Now you think it's balls all over the place. Isolated balls instead of everything being connected, firm fixed, continuity. The Earth area of the universe whole cannot escape the isolated balls or globe infection. This is an infection. It's a virus, a brain virus, a spirit virus. Astronomical dogma decreed that the luminous celestial areas detected were isolated globular or spherical bodies adrift in space infinite instead of your infinite Earth plane. And such being the case, the Earth had to be the same. Who could prove it otherwise in 1543 when the theory of astro bubbles was imposed, man? Hey, man. Just know that this researcher is showing you research, concerning the U.S. Navy and the V2 rocket camera photographs, all right? And unless you know about that, you don't know nothing about August Picard. You know nothing about F. Amadeo Giannini and these worlds popping off. Beyond the poles, man. Beyond the poles. Ooh-wee. Remember this map, this Tarzanta. Even this map was showing at the tip of South America where there should be this Antarctica, right? Ain't no cap on Antarctica's chest bone. Ain't no ice. It's just more land, man, and a gateway to get through to the other side. We're just talking worlds beyond a pole. Ahab to the real ones, man. Y'all surf the wave all day. Spread the vibe. Keep a smile on your face. And know that we already won. Love to the bro, natural by law. A shalom to the tribe. Click the link below to contribute. Help a Naga build a fence. We appreciate you. Hey, man. Stay Zani, my Nagas. Stay Zani. Shalom.